I've said I've said this story a lot, but it's honest to God one of my favorite memories in a while. You were supposed to be 16 and to get into this guild, and they had interviews, and I was keyed for Molten Core and stuff like that, but I never rated Molten Core, and so and I had some fire resist gear and stuff like that. I did my job, and they were like we got a Ventrilo. A lot of people probably don't even know what Ventrilo is. We got on a Ventrilo, and there was like a microphone interview, and they were like, hey. And they're like, hey, so tell us a little about yourself. I'm like, okay. I was 13, but I was trying to like make my voice deeper. So I was like, yeah, I'm, yep, I'm 16. So I'm like talking to these guys, and I lie, and they let me in their guild, and they bring me to Molten Core, and I go to Molten Core for the very first time, and I'm a hunter. And I've said this before, but it cracks me up every time. And so I told them I'd done Molten Core before, and that I was experienced and I knew the fights and stuff like that. I lied. I knew nothing. I was getting carried. And so we get up to Mag, who's a boss, one of the big bosses of Molten Core. And and there's a fight. In this fight, your hunter needs to tranquilizing shot. It's a ability that a hunter gets. Your hunter needs to tranq shot the boss in order to make it so your team can fight and win the fight. And if your hunter doesn't do that, you die. And so we do the first boss, we do the pull. And I can't remember my character name. I'll just call myself Tim. They're like, Tim in Ventrilo. They're like, Tim, tranq shot. And I'm like, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know what that is. I didn't say that out loud, but I'm thinking it. They're like, tranq shot? Tim, use tranq shot? And they keep saying it, and I'm literally opening up my spell book, and I'm looking through. I'm like, I don't have this ability. I don't have tranq shot. Because, chat, I found this out later, tranq shot is something you get separate. It's a side quest, and then then that's how you get the ability for the fight, and I didn't know that. And so we all die. The entire 40 people, I'm sorry, 39 people die because of me. And so they go, Tim, why didn't you use tranq shot? And so I say, in my deep voice, I'm like, sorry, I lagged. At this point, I didn't know that this was going to happen over and over again. I was just hoping maybe the second time we did it, it'd work. And so they're like, okay. So we rebuff up, get everyone in there, start the fight. He enrages again. Tim, tranq shot. Tim! And I'm like, oh, shoot, bro. I'm like, oh, shoot, it's going to happen again. And sure enough, I don't have tranq shot. 39 people die. They kick me from the guild. They kick me from the raid. And they've said they banned me from Molten Core. And they told other guilds to not invite me because I lied. I was blacklisted because I lied, dude. I was. But anywho, it was that was my classic WoW experience. I will never forget that. It cracks me up to this day to think about it. It really does, because I had no idea. I was 13. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just I just wanted to do Molten Core, man. I just, I really wanted to do Molten Core, and I actually, this is the first time I've ever admitted this. I never actually got to clear Molten Core in vanilla. Never got to do it. I went PvP after that, and I just tried to PvP, and I got to Night Champion, and I got the blue gear, and I can't remember what it's called, and I had what was the rifle that you could craft with the really big scope? I got Field Marshal, I think. It was the blue gear. I got the blue PvP gear. I got the full set, and it's, what is the name of that gun? I worked so hard to get all the materials for that gun. Does anyone know the name of that gun? It's going to drive me nuts. It's a gun with a huge scope. Core marksman rifle. I think that's it. I just want to double check. I want to be fully. Yes, the core marksman rifle. This one you can craft, right? Yeah. So I got that gun crafted for me. That was the kind of gear I got on my guy. Because I never got to clear molten core in vanilla. Sad.